And then I says to where I says,
Cody, stop trying to make like a cool intro. Let's just
no,
go
I'm
for
not.
it.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to Color Break, your third favorite comic book podcast. I'm looking right into the camera, guys. I'm looking right into your soul. I'm going to try doing this as much as I can.
Yeah,
We'll
you're
see how
right
long it
there.
goes for. Um,
Oh, should we call this it's a new era in color break, I guess.
oh, yeah. Let me restart. I'll restart the intro.
No, I mean we're keeping this part in, but yeah, restart it.
Okay. Welcome back, everybody, to Color Break, your third favorite comic book podcast. This is episode 28, but I'll be honest with you guys. This is season 2. Listen, we've been hard at work. I guess like rebranding and stuff or whatever. But yeah, so this is season 2 of Color Break. I'm your host, Kody Collects. Here as always with my co-host, we got Comic Book Stash.
How's
What's up,
it
man?
going, guys? I'm alive. I'm very much alive. That's all I can say.
You're alive, dude. I'm trying something new, man. I'm standing up for the pod, guys. Working out the legs. We got the standing desk has been elevated.
I respect you so much. I cannot do that.
We'll see. I got good energy right now,
Man,
so we'll
it'll
see how it
be
goes.
way better for me to like make the thumbnail where I cut your face out because you don't have the chair behind you.
Oh
But
yeah, true.
other than that, I'm so sorry for what you're about to suffer through.
But listen, guys, listen. We got a packed show for you. Of course, we're gonna be doing some housekeeping a little bit. Then I got some packages we're gonna be opening up. Some from some friends of the show. Shout out to all our friends out there listening. And then,
we're also
yeah,
we're in the merch. Go buy it.
yeah, we're the
Straight to the point. Dude.
straight to the point. And then also, Christian had an idea, guys. We're gonna be doing our top 3 favorite movies. Which when Christian told me that idea, I thought it was great. But I'm like, wait, did we already do that? We haven't done it.
I
I
have.
double checked.
I don't know any movies like. I mean, I know some movies that Cody likes, but like favorites, nah.
Yeah, I think in the past when we've done like movie segments for the pod, it's probably did one for like Christmas movies, Halloween
Yeah, we did
movies.
Christmas movies, we did horror movies, and then we did Marvel movies.
Yeah, we've done Marvel-y type things in the past, but yeah, this one's just our general top 3 favorite movies with a couple of honorable mentions. And then we're going to close out the show by talking about the new, I don't know, newest. I'm just going to say newest, whatever. Comic book publisher, DSTLRY.
Yeah,
So we're going to be talking about the first thing that they put out, their first issue, and then just DSTLRY in general
the
as a
Devil's
indie comic
Cut.
publisher. Yeah, man. So that's what we got going on. But like I said, housekeeping. Christian,
Let's go for it.
what have you been watching, playing, reading?
I mean, playing. You know what I've been playing? I've been playing Starfield for the past like 2 hours.
You upgraded to the
I
premium.
upgraded. Yeah.
I did that too. I couldn't hold out,
Honestly,
man.
I did it because you did it.
Yep.
Because like here's the thing, I got my Xbox, and the only reason why I got my Xbox was because of the Microsoft acquired Bethesda, or I don't know if they acquired, but they made a deal with them,
They definitely
and
acquired. Yeah, that was like the big news of last year for
and
sure. Yeah.
and they're my favorite not comic book video game developers.
Mm.
So I was like, I have to. Fallout New Vegas and Fallout 4 are some of my favorite games. Same with Skyrim. So I was like, okay, they're releasing Starfield. I'm gonna get an Xbox, and it was supposed to release like 2021. So at this point, I have officially paid off my Xbox. My Game Pass ran out, so I had to get Game Pass again. And then I was like, I'll just wait. It's like 4 days, and then Cody was like, I'm playing Starfield.
Dude, you're right though. Like that game has been in some kind of development hell for a really long time.
Yeah.
Been delayed a couple times. At some point, dude, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go dark on this game. I don't care about any news, any gameplay, whatever.
Same,
I already
yeah.
know I'm gonna like it, right? So, I didn't really mind like all the delays and stuff. I'll like,
No,
I'll play
me
it when I
neither.
play
And
it.
so far, it's great. I
Yeah,
cannot
yeah.
complain. Honestly, so far it's like an 8 out of 10 because I haven't seen much action yet.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely. I'm pretty warm on it right now. I'm liking it a lot. I know some people have some issues with it, but
Okay,
it's
let's talk about these issues. It's not like fully open world. It's fucking space. You want to? They're not gonna create a whole galaxy for you to walk around. Like, you know how boring it would be to walk around an entire planet.
like
It's just
yeah, like in
yeah.
real, yeah, yeah.
You don't
Well,
want to
like
see
so,
just space dust for hours.
what's so funny though is like everybody's complaining that like they're complaining about how closed off it actually seems, but I've been seeing stuff, dude. It's actually more open than people think. Like
Oh, 100%.
you can travel from like Mars to Pluto. Like I saw one girl, Chara Lanazard or whatever. It took her 7 hours, but she she went from Mars to Pluto. You can do it, right? It's just
Yeah, I mean
um,
that's great. Oh, also, people have been really angry that you have to choose your pronouns.
yeah. That's one of the things that I wanted to suggest for that Nerd Initiative news show. 'Cause I think that's hilarious. I'm sure we could come up with a joke about that, but it's babies, man.
I mean,
Like
I can just tell you. I
it took
mean,
2 seconds, and I went through it on the character customization, and I started up the
yeah,
game, and didn't even
he,
think about
him,
it.
and we were done. I mean, I chose my character's gender in Pokemon, and every other video game I've played that doesn't have a central main character.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, like just like from a game, we don't have to get too into Starfield, guys, because this is a comic book podcast. But um, yeah, I mean, from like a gameplay perspective, like they have to have you choose a gender so that way they can give you either the
Yeah,
dialogue that's applicable, right? Like,
it's. I mean, like, I chose a name, and it's a good name for some. I'll explain why. I always choose Cornelius as my main character name, and I was like, okay, cool, Cornelius, see him, and then I go and they're like Captain Cornelius, and I was like, oh wow, that's why we need. That's why we needed the pronouns. They went for it. They said my name,
right.
which I know they did in Fallout 4, but in this one, Cornelius is not a name that you would expect anyone to say.
Yeah, dude, it's definitely packed full of um some good stuff, and it doesn't have the Bethesda jank that maybe you'd be used to that I've seen, right? It's been pretty smooth so far.
Yeah, I mean,
But yeah,
for like it's a pre-release, like we got to. The game hasn't really come out yet, and
that's true
I've
actually. Yeah,
seen
I
no
bet they will have
bugs.
like a day one patch that'll, you know,
I've seen no
adjust
bugs
some
so
things.
far, at least from my side.
Yeah, me neither.
But yeah, enough of that game,
All right.
Kody. Uh, you have some things you want to do?
Oh, dude, you want to just jump into the packages, bro?
I mean, do you have any other housekeeping?
Yeah, you know what? I got one thing, right? My girlfriend and I, so we're Christian and I are recording this on Labor Day. So I had the whole weekend off, it's been great. Um, Riley and I got into Lost this weekend, the
Oh,
classic show,
nice.
dude. Because
I
we're just
saw.
itching
Yeah,
for something with like a mystery element, you know what I mean? Like an overarching type of thing. It's like kind of the vibe we're in right now. So I was like, hey, I saw Lost a long time ago. You haven't seen Lost? Let's just watch Lost. And she's in love with it.
I've
So
never watched it, but like I know enough about it to know it's a good show.
yeah, I think that's one of the shows that at some point I think the writers strike, like the 2007 one or
Mm-hmm.
whatever, like
Yep.
affected the show. So like it goes down in quality at some point. Um, but at the point we're at now, I can't remember pretty much anything, dude. So it's great. It's almost like
That's
watching
good.
it like an all
Smoke
new show,
monsters and beaches.
Exactly. Um, that's the
I've
only
heard
housekeeping I had
amazing
though.
things.
Just
I mean,
just
I can say I
Starfield and Lost.
released a video on the Color Break YouTube channel, which will
Mm,
show up here because we're fancy. We're gonna put the actual link when you're watching the video, or links in description. You can go watch it.
I'll have to remember
Um,
that, I guess. But
I'm very proud of it. It's been performing okay, but like honestly, it's not about the views. I just had a fun time. I talked about Howard the Duck and what a weird, horny movie it is.
I loved your video, man.
Thank you, buddy.
I'm glad because I don't have to watch the movie. Now I can just watch your video about you talking about the movie. So it's great.
Yeah, it's a weird movie. It made my dad say like, "Wow, I'm a horrible father," and I was like, "No, like that's just movies have changed. Like
Yeah,
back
yeah,
in back in the day, movies was just fucking weird." And,
yeah.
and
Movies were just weird, man.
yeah, no, I'm actually glad he showed me that movie because it made a content about it. So there we go.
Yeah, definitely check out Christian's video, guys. It's a lot of fun, man. It's actually I don't know. You're pretty funny. I think it's a great format and a great not pivot, but like type of video to experiment with. You know what
I
I mean?
needed to get some like creativity out of me. Because
Mm,
like it's not that like to shit on TikTok. I love TikTok. That's where we started. That's what we do. But like, there's not a lot of things you can do there
mm.
when it comes to the type of content I like doing. So
Yeah, it's pretty. It's like I don't know. It's almost like a bad thing if you make a video that's like longer than a minute
oh,
30. Right? You know what I
100%,
mean? It's like
100%.
you know what I mean. So I don't know.
It,
I'm like you, right? Like I come from the age of like YouTube
100%.
commentary
Yeah,
type of videos, so it makes more sense to me to do it that way and talk like a normal person. You don't have to,
yeah. We pretty
condense
much watch
anything
the same
down.
content, so it makes sense. But Cody, you had some things to do. I don't want to cut you off again.
No, no, you're good. So yeah, so that's it for housekeeping, guys. Next segment. To be honest with you, I've got like a bunch of boxes from friends of the show, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna open them on the pod. I think that could be fun. Um,
We try to minimize noise, but if it's
yeah.
too loud, I'll cut it out. Don't worry
Plus,
about
I
it.
can mute too. Here, I'll mute real quick. So the first package, from friend of the show, that nerdy Papa Bear. Now this one I opened just to be able to like. I didn't see what it is. This will be a surprise. This is great. All right, that nerdy Papa Bear. Shout out to Rod. All right, here we go.
Here we have Cody opening a package, muted himself, picking out some. Ooh, he likes them. He's back.
All right, hardcovers. Rod sent me hardcovers. He knows I'm a hardcover little slut.
I think I saw what it was, and I'm excited for you.
First thing first, you got to read the note, guys. All right, you
Yeah,
can't go right to the presents. Ho ho ho, Cody. Married July, miss. What month is it? Oh jeez, I'm a little late on this. Sorry, Rod. For, for all those comics you collect, you haven't got any Krakoa? Fuck that. Here you go, Papa Bear Claus. Shout out to Rod. It looks like we've got
make sure to say his address too.
okay.
Yeah.
um First up, guys, we've got Inferno.
Oh,
X-Men Inferno. Looks like it's just stuff from like the post Hickman era.
it looks beautiful, like the cover itself.
Dude, this Rod, this retails for $40, buddy. Why are you sending me stuff?
You know, I got a lot of Rod book. I have them back there. I will say, it's kind of funny. We did an episode way back when last year about X-Men and how we had never read X-Men. I
Yep.
got my first X-Men Omni this past week, and you now have a
This is my first X-Men
book.
collected, yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a Inferno. This is a series I'm pretty sure won like most of the awards the year it came out. Like people say this is like a series you got to read in the X-Men um side of things, what's going on. Cool. Got Inferno, dude. That's sick. And then oh, this is beautiful. The Hellfire Gala. X-Men Hellfire Gala. Thank you so much, Rod. Shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah. Also, make sure to go listen to and watch the Araco Public Radio podcast,
Yeah,
all
dude.
about the
We'll link that
X-Men.
down below. Those
Yeah,
are good friends of the show. Bulk Ranger and that nerdy Papa Bear doing some good stuff. To
all
be
about
honest
the
with you,
X-Men.
I don't even know what Hellfire Gala like. I know it's an event every year or whatever, but
I
I don't
know
know
it's an
like
event I would never want to go to because every year something fucking horrible happens there.
that's what I was gonna say, right? Like, um, but yeah, it looks like it just collects. Yeah, just like the Hellfire Gala. Here's the problem though. I don't know what year this like Hellfire Gala is because it's got issues from 2019 to 2020 to 2021.
I think it's all of it. It's
But
it's
I don't know what
every
that means
cow.
though. I don't know what that means though. Like, that spans like 3 years. Like,
Listen, comment down below. I'm kidding. I don't know. We'll ask Rod
the
himself.
red carpet collection, dude.
You know, at
Shout
first,
out Rod.
at first I thought it was Mr. Miracle.
Oh, no, I already got Mr. Miracle Deluxe,
Yeah,
so that's good.
it looks the colors like the not the sleeve but the actual cover itself has that little like it's that's beautiful honestly.
Yeah, there's some good stuff, man. Thank you, Rod. Shout out to that nerdy Papa Bear. I always hate when people send me free stuff. Like, I mean, these are no doubt these are expensive. You know what I'm saying? So,
Not
um,
cheap. That's you know.
Yeah. Shout out Rod. All right, next package, guys. So this one is from one of my mutuals on TikTok. He's a comic book writer, and he puts out some pretty banger stuff. He's an indie comic creator, John McCarthy Comics. I'll link his stuff down below as well. Just a little background. So he wrote a series called Endangered that I liked a lot. It's like a giant bugs like taking over the earth or whatever. That was a lot of fun. And I know John's working on a werewolf story for Halloween. It's like a one shot. He asked me if I'd like to read it and do like a pull quote for it. So look forward to that maybe.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
All right, so looks like John sent me. So he does a lot of work for Blood Moon Comics, an indie publisher. Looks like we got a note that just talks about what's in the actual package. Maybe this is a Blood Moon series they got upcoming, Blood Fire.
That's nice.
And then nice little sticker. Always love a good sticker.
Oh yeah, you love stickers.
And then, okay, so John did tell me about this, but I didn't know it was coming in. So he worked on a book called Comic Book Trivia, coming out of Blood Moon Comics. And yeah, and it's got, so it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, guys. It's got like actual trivia, like actual comic book trivia. Maybe we can do some color break thing with this, with all the trivia. But I guess it looks like a story, and then there's trivia as you go through.
Yeah, you can test me, and I'll just look stupid.
Please tag us so you can. Yeah, I would look stupid too. I was gonna say we're not really.
The whole point of this show is that we don't know shit.
Yeah, so maybe we won't, just because Christian and I would get everything wrong. But shout out to John McCarthy, man. Comic book trivia. That's super cool.
I heard about that some time ago.
Yeah, and John like he's a cool creator because you could tell he loves like the comic book art form, and like I said, he did that series Endangered, which is pretty good. Sorry, it's a little mess, guys. All right, next package. These ones will be like kind of quicker because they're merch. It's merch from people.
Oh, that's nice.
This one, Mark Nerdy AF.
I knew it, and I'm jealous I haven't gotten it yet.
Okay, first off, shout out Mark Nerdy AF. You guys see that? What does that say?
I cannot see.
Comfort Colors. That's a good shirt right there. That's good quality. Get the Nerdy AF on the front.
That's nice.
And the back. Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for. It's a beautiful shirt, man.
That's some heat, dude. That's some heat. So Mark just he's been repping his own merch when he does videos, obviously.
Yeah. And we met Mark. Great.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. This art, I mean, this is killer. But Mark made a video where he was like walking into frame and he like put the shirt on and he's like ripped. You know what I mean? I won't be doing that. You guys won't catch me with my shirt off ever. But yeah, shout out to Mark Nerdy AF.
Yeah, actually, the next cool. Color Break merch promo was just Kody trying on things.
Yeah, just nobody would want to watch that, I bet.
2 out of shape 25-year-olds trying on t-shirts.
All right, last package. This one's from a good. We've had her on the show. This is Sarah. I'm low key dumb. Check out her Twitch stream. Talk about Sarah while I open this thing, right?
Talk about Sarah. Sarah is a lovely person. She streams video games, and honestly, I don't like watching streamers a lot. And I do watch, if not all, most of her streams. And if I don't watch one of them, it's because I'm like doing something else. But never disappoints. Love her. We've had her on the show, and want to have her on the show again. And yeah, she has really cool clothes.
All right, this is pretty nice, guys. Got a nice sweatshirt. I love myself a crew neck. It's fine.
For audio only listeners.
Yeah, I guess how would you describe it, right? We got a computer.
Yeah, for audio
only listeners. Blue sweatshirt.
When Kody said it's fine, he doesn't mean that it's just an okay sweater. He means
no, this is heat. This is fire. Yeah. The shirt itself says it's fine. That's a good point.
There's a computer on the sweater that says it's fine and it's on fire. And it's a pink computer, so you already know I love it.
Yeah. Shout out Sarah. I'm low-key dumb. Check out our links down below. This is nice, dude. This is nice.
Oh, I love it. I have it here. I mean, I wore it 2 days ago, so I'm with
All
you.
right. Yeah, man. All right. So that's cool. I'm like smiling. It's like Christmas,
Oh,
dude.
I love that
Um,
sweater, and I love everything you got, Kurt.
I'm low key dumb. Check out our links. Mark Nerdy AF. Check out his links. John McCarthy Comics. Check out his links. And finally, that nerdy Papa Bear. Shout out to our friends of the show. Definitely check out their links down below. That's it for the segment, dude. Mail call. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's the first time. When I hear mail, I like not mail. When I think of mail, I think of USPS. But when I think of like opening mail, I think of like a YouTube video. So it's nice that we just did a on the pod. Never seen that before.
Never seen like an unboxing on the pod, dude? On a
No,
pod?
no, not at all.
I didn't know this was in there.
Oh, where? Oh, that's
Dude, Mark included a comic. I guess he must have wrapped the shirt in it, dude. It must have like. I just found this on the floor.
I guess.
Mark, thank you, buddy. Shout out to Mark. Batman 87 with this super sick Batwoman Catwoman cover. And then he's got some stickers, bro.
I love the sticker.
Mark's
I mean,
the
the
homie, dude.
comic book's cool. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But like the sticker's great.
Yeah, he's got a cool logo. Oh, wow, dude. He sent like 4 stickers. What a guy.
You gotta send some my way.
Nerdy AF, guys. Yeah, check him out.
Yeah.
That's the mail call.
Yeah. Listen, Kody loves stickers and magnets. If you have any, just send him his way.
Christian, lay it on me, dude. Next topic, next segment. What
Next
are we
segment,
doing?
we're going for movies.
Yeah, dude.
Simple. Me and Kody have been friends for over a year. Well over a year. And I'm a film student. Cody's a film watcher.
Yep,
Well, I guess
yep.
we're all film students. We all learn from the movies. I do not know Cody's favorite movies, and I don't think I really talked about mine with him either. But I think we have to do like a top 3. We can do honorable mentions before.
Okay.
I feel like that's easier. I know picking top 3 is like extremely hard because I struggle with it. But if we do like
Yeah.
honorable mentions, it might help a little bit, So Kody, you want to give us your honorable mentions for your favorite movies just before we dive into your top 3?
Yep. All right. Let's. So honorable mentions, right? I'm gonna give the first honorable mention. I'm gonna give it to Incredibles.
Solid movie.
Yeah. Maybe we'll get into it like when I do my list, but I kind of broke it up in a way that made it easier for me to figure out my top 3. I don't think these are going to be the 3 best movies I've ever seen. It kind of goes into the video that you made on your TikTok recently, where it's like,
Yeah.
these are my favorite movies, right?
Best movie doesn't mean favorite movie.
100%, yeah.
Sometimes your favorite movie's shit.
Yeah. So Incredibles barely missed it, and you'll see why when I get into it. But love Incredibles, man. That was like
The
my
Incredibles
favorite
was
Pixar movie for a long time.
It was my favorite Pixar movie for a long time. It was dethroned last year.
Last year, what came out last year?
No. It was dethroned by an older, I think, 06 or 07 Pixar movie, I think.
Oh, maybe that's your list. Maybe okay, I got you.
It's not on my list. I'll put it honorable mention though.
Okay, cool. So that's my first. I don't know. Should I just do like...
I'll you can do 2 and then I'll do 2.
Sure. Another honorable mention. I got to give it to The Thing, the horror movie, the sci-fi movie.
Really good. I watched
Really
it this
good.
year.
Yep. For the longest time, that was like one of my favorite.
You have the poster like around there, right?
Yeah, the poster's down here. I don't know if you can see it on the full. Maybe it's just out of frame.
It used to be on your wall. I remember that.
Yeah, it actually falls down like every day. I got to retape it, but yeah, The Thing, just classic John Carpenter.
It's so simple.
Yep.
Like not a lot happens. Like it's really good.
Oh yeah, you can tell someone like the plot of The Thing in like 2 sentences or something, and
yeah,
that's the
Let's
movie.
do it. Monster lose. Can't trust anyone. There we go.
That's good. That's great. But yeah, got to give it to The Thing. I'm a big fan of sci-fi. That's like probably my favorite movie genre, and for the longest time that was my number 1 on there. But
yeah, I mean, I'll go for some honorable mentions. I would say top 1. Let's start with the Pixar movie as well, Ratatouille.
Beautiful. Riley doesn't like Ratatouille. You believe that?
In my opinion, it's the best Pixar movie in general. I'm not gonna fight Riley on it because people have different opinions, and that's cool. That's totally okay.
So yeah, sometimes people have different opinions. That's true. That's
I
true.
think it's just beautiful. Like I watched it last year again, and I was like, I'm sorry, Incredibles, but like, it's just so good.
Anyone can
This
cook, man.
anyone can cook except for me apparently, but the soundtrack is great.
Mm,
Um, and
true.
yeah, no, it's just a beautiful movie. I like it a lot, and I had to put it here as an honorable mention. And then for my second honorable mention, sticking with the Paris theme, Midnight in Paris with Owen Wilson.
Okay.
Anytime I'm looking to like paint or like draw or do something artistic, I listen to the Midnight in Paris soundtrack because it's just perfect. And I don't know, it's a serious Owen Wilson movie. It's not a comedy, which like people are multifaceted. They don't have only one genre they can do. But we're used to seeing Owen Wilson more of like a comedic role.
Wedding Crashers.
Wedding, yes.
I'm not gonna name every single Owen Wilson comedy, but you guys get it.
Yes, Cars.
And,
But it's I don't know. Midnight in Paris. When it first came out, I always liked art. So when it first came out, and it must have been like '06 or something like that, my dad was like, "Hey, you would love this movie," and I was like 8. I was like, "Cool," and then I actually did watch it years later, and I was like, "This is great." It was in my top 3 for a while, but it got dethroned.
yep.
Yeah. So yeah, you had any more honorable mentions?
Yeah, I can throw some honorable mentions out there, dude.
Let's do two more each.
Cool, cool. So I think that maybe sometime in the future we could do like a best trilogies of all time or something like that, like our
Yeah.
favorite trilogies. Um, but I won't be covering any trilogies in my actual list. But I did want to give a shout out to Indiana Jones. Got to give a shout out to
Solid.
Indy. Got to give a shout out to, and I know I just said trilogy. I consider that when I say Indy, I'm talking about the first three, I guess.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the new one, and
You don't like the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull?
anyways, my my the other one I wanted to give a shout out to was Back to the Future. If I were to pick one out of the trilogy, I'd probably say two. I think two has
Yeah.
always been my favorite.
Two's
So
great. With time, I've started to really love 3, but two's the best one. It goes 2, 1, 3.
yeah, yeah, that's probably how I would do it too. And yeah, so Back to the Future 2 almost made it into my list, but didn't quite make it. So yeah, shout out Indy. And then last one, just because it's the last one I've got.
Go for it.
I didn't pick anything from the Godfather. I didn't pick Godfather 1, 2, or 3. 2 barely missed it. I think 2 is really good. I like Robert De Niro in that one. But big fan of like crime movies.
Yeah.
Same thing with comics. I read almost nothing but crime stuff. It seems
You
right.
do
You know what
like
I'm
a
saying?
lot
But
of crime, cowboys, aliens, which I'm surprised Cowboys versus Aliens is
it's
not a
probably like
thing.
crime, cowboy, alien, and like horror. I feel like that's like
Yeah.
all I read. But
I totally agree with that list you just made. That's how I would like give a summary of Kody: crime, aliens,
that's
cowboys,
actually good
horror.
though. If I'm not like known for like being a superhero guy, right? Like I
Yeah,
hope people see me as like, oh, he's like he knows about indie stuff, maybe like indie comics, because
that's what I think of when I think of indie comics. I think, yeah, that's Kody,
hell
100%.
yeah, dude, hell yeah. Oh, but yeah,
Um,
anyways, those are my honorable
yeah,
mentions. So.
and then my last honorable mentions before we go into the actual list. Nice Guys. It's Ryan Gosling and I think it's Russell Crowe.
Yep.
What a great movie. I mean, if we're talking like whoever wrote that script wrote it for Ryan Gosling, and you can not fight me on that, because no one else would fit the role of Holland March better than Ryan Gosling.
I
It's
love
a
that movie, dude.
it's a
That's a
10 out
great
of 10
pick.
movie. So I mean, if it's a 10 out of 10 movie in my honorable mentions, you know that my top 3 are 10 out of 10 movies.
Nothing but heat. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, nothing but heat.
I just
And
love the vibe of that movie, man. Doesn't it take place in like the 70s or 80s? I forget.
it takes place in, I don't know actually. but it's so
Beautiful
good.
though. Yeah, it's like
It's a
super well
beautiful
shot.
movie.
I love the
Super well
vibe of the
shot.
setting.
The party scene is like one of my favorite scenes ever.
That's a good
R-
pick, dude. I've only seen that movie once. Maybe I should watch it again. But
Robert Downey Jr. makes a cameo, and it's you know who he plays?
I forget.
He plays a dead guy in the woods.
Oh, okay.
So
That's
like,
ringing a bell. That's ringing a bell.
it's literally like he doesn't say a single line. But I don't know. I watched it, and it was just like immediately I was like, oh, this is top five, 100%. And I watched it this year, so it's not like it was. No, it was as soon as I watched it, I was like, this cannot go unnoticed. It has to make it into my top five, and it's just stayed there forever. And my next honorable mention, pretending like we didn't cut, is Road to El Dorado, which is a fantastic animated movie. People like to say Prince of Egypt is better, but like they can just not say it. I
El
mean,
Dorado is Disney, right?
no, it's DreamWorks.
Oh,
It's DreamWorks Animation, and Prince of Egypt. I don't know if you ever saw it. Um,
classic.
yeah, I just Road to El Dorado just hits the spot. You know, Elton John soundtrack. I like the whole like Mayan Aztec culture, so the fact that they go into that is really fun. And honestly, just a great movie all around. I cannot complain about a single thing in that movie. It's also a 10 out of 10.
I haven't seen it since I was a kid, man. But definitely have fond memories of El Dorado for sure.
I
Yeah.
have somewhere I have the Burger King toys for El Dorado. And yeah, no, I will never throw them away because they're really special to me. It's one of those where you
Nice.
like hit the legs and they like move.
Okay.
Perfect. But yeah, let's go into our top three to not deviate from the topic anymore. Cody, give me your number three and your top three movies of all time.
Number three, I'm going with Goodfellas.
Okay,
So
solid movie.
so I mentioned it. A big crime guy. So always in my household, it's been like Godfather or Goodfellas, right? Like which one are we gonna watch? My parents they like Goodfellas a lot, so I ended up
I
watching that one a lot more, and I just think it's like not as obviously it's a serious movie, like it's a drama or whatever, but
mhm.
it's like more funny. You know what I
It
mean? Like
doesn't
it's
take
more
itself too seriously.
exactly versus when you watch Godfather, it's like a prestige film or whatever, right?
Yeah, it's
Um,
definitely slower. I will
yeah,
say I've watched Godfather, cannot remember a single thing. I remember it was great, but I don't think I'll ever I don't want to sit down and watch it, you know. I don't have that hunger. But with
exactly. It's one of
Goodfellas,
those things. It's like for me, I think it's Goodfellas is just more rewatchable, right? Like I think
100%,
it's so
100%.
quotable, dude. Everybody kills it. I mean, you got like Joe Pesci, you got Ray Liotta, right?
You know,
Like
I watched Goodfellas in 35 millimeter at this movie theater
that's sick.
down in Miami, and it's one of the worst experiences of my life. Not watching the movie,
I
but
was gonna say,
before the movie, they did it's like a little movie theater, it's really cool, and they did a competition of impressions, and it was people doing the impression of Joe Pesci saying, "You think I'm funny?" Funny like a clown, and dude, it's the most awkward experience I've ever been a part of.
but like that scene, like yeah,
Yes,
okay,
no one hit the impression correctly, and I
right.
hated every single second of it.
That sounds cringy as hell, dude. But
It no,
hopefully you won.
100%.
Hopefully you won at the end of
I
the
did
day. Huh?
not stand up. I had never watched it before, so. But even if I had watched it, I would have stayed in my seat like a normal human being.
Yeah. You're not an impression kind of guy.
No, that's not. If I was an impression kind of guy, I would have still stayed in my seat. I don't want to go in front of a movie theater of people who just want to watch the movie and try to do a Joe Pesci impression.
Right. I mean, with that kind of impression too, maybe you're kind of you're heading into like some kind of maybe it's a little racist. I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
he's
doing
like
the
Italian or
Italian,
whatever.
the
Like
Italian New York accent. Yeah, it's a
they might
listen.
take offense to that. I don't know. Maybe.
I just wouldn't do it. I personally stayed away from it and just enjoyed the suffering. But yeah, Goodfellas, great movie. I think it's beautiful. 10 out of 10, honestly.
It's one of those that I could watch at any point. Like you're flipping through the channels, right? Oh, Goodfellas is on. Doesn't matter if it's halfway through, just started. I'll leave Goodfellas on. You know what I mean? It's one of those movies.
No, no, it's a good movie. I definitely would rewatch it.
Yeah.
So, Goodfellas number three. My number three, and this is wild because it recently changed. My number three is Memento.
Wow.
Memento used to be my number two, but now it's number three. Great movie. Have you watched it?
I watched. It's like back in the day when I thought it was like super cool, and I was like, oh, let's like explore. No, like I was too young to even understand what the hell I was watching. I mean, like we're talking like freshman in high school.
Yeah, I will
Thinks
say
he's cool.
it kind of sucks that like my two movies out of my top three are like film bro kind of movies because I studied film and it kind of makes me just look like a jackass. But like they're just good fucking movies. I don't know what to
They're good
say.
movies for a reason, right?
I'm
I
not
mean,
gonna sit here and be like, well, do you understand the black and white parts? No, fuck off. But like, it's just a good fucking movie. I don't know what else to
right.
say. I love it. It's great, and I stand by it.
I get
Um,
you.
it's out of order movie. It's the first big Christopher Nolan movie. He has another movie prior to that.
Eraserhead or whatever, right?
I think it's called The Following, or yeah, something like that. It's
What?
it's
Who did Eraserhead? you know what you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. You just threw Eraserhead at me out of nowhere, and I'm just perplexed the fact that you threw Eraserhead at me.
I'm pretty sure there's a movie called Eraserhead, isn't it?
No, it's a David Lynch movie, yes, but
Oh, David Lynch. I got Nolan and Lynch mixed up, guys. I apologize.
yeah, the classic, confusion of Nolan and Lynch.
Eraserhead. Dude, okay, how about this question? Okay, I don't want to derail too much. But if you're an Eraserhead fan, are you an Eraserhead head?
Yes, where you're just a head,
Yeah.
It's that good point. You gotta think about that because
Yeah, I don't know. Let me know in the comments, guys. Are you an Eraserhead head?
yeah, I like the fact that like I really didn't use the word head after a fandom for the longest time until I met you, I think. But apparently, like Jimmy Buffett fans are parrot heads or something like that. Rest in
Parrot
peace,
heads,
Jimmy
yeah.
Buffett.
Rest in peace, Jimmy Buffett, dude.
Yeah, great performer. But yeah, when I heard they were called parrot heads, I was like, huh, interesting. People live that lifestyle though, the Margaritaville lifestyle.
Oh, 100%, dude.
Yeah,
100%.
my
Man.
family was never big on Margaritaville, but like now after his passing, I've seen a lot of people like say like, oh, I had to break the news to my parents. And it's just their entire house is just Margaritaville.
Yeah, the
Um,
lifestyle, dude.
yeah, which if anything, go watch Eddie Burback's video where he went to every single Margaritaville.
First person I thought of after I heard Jimmy Buffett died, I was like, how's Eddie holding up?
Yeah, how's Eddie doing? No, honestly, that's all I have to say about Jimmy Buffett. He didn't really need to mention it, but you said Eraserhead head, and I thought of parrot heads. Fins up.
What
Um,
were we even talking? Oh yeah, you're what you talking about?
Memento, but we're done with Memento. Just go watch it. It's a great movie. Uh, what's your number two, Cody? Before I
My
leave.
number two. My number two, dude, I'm going with Iron Giant. Um now
That's
so like if you're a smart watcher, viewer. The reason why I didn't put Incredibles, I always go back and forth in my mind. Like which one's my
yeah.
favorite animated movie like from
Same
back in the
director,
day? Same director, right?
Brad Bird.
Um I just think like not that Incredibles is bad by any means, and we
No,
both
no,
just
no,
talked
not
about
at
how much
all.
we love it.
Incredible soundtrack, jazz.
Yeah, it's Iron Giant. It's because it's not like CG, right? It's like
It's 2D animation.
like a lot of love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of love. You can really tell. And that movie makes you cry every time, man. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying?
100%. I watched it in the movie theater 2016, I think. For summer, they do like old movies for like $1 here at the movie theater. And I
That's
watched
cool.
The Iron Giant. I mean, I watched it when I was a kid, but seeing it in the big screen was really nice.
Yeah,
Um,
I mean, I like wore out my Iron Giant VHS back in the day, dude.
Listen, it's my second favorite animated movie of all
Yeah,
time. It used to be number
100%.
one, but like I've been listening to the Road to El Dorado soundtrack this week, and I don't know. It's just
Yeah,
a
dude.
solid movie, honestly. But I
It's
mean,
got a
yeah,
great message. I love,
great
and it's
message.
kind of like sci-fi a little bit, right? Like
Yeah, it has
so.
the "Where's the Giant, Mansley?" a quote that I really love, and I think about
It's
it all
pretty
the
cool.
time.
It's got some quotes. It's got some
Yeah,
quotes
some
for
quote,
sure.
and look, I did an impression. Look at you. It wasn't Joe Pesci, but it was someone.
What's the main character's name? Like Hoagie, Hobie,
Yeah, Hoagie,
Hobie.
Hoagie, or
Cool.
Hob. Yeah, it's Hogarth. Yeah,
Yeah, Hogarth. Right.
fucking weird ass name. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. If your name is Hogarth, we love you. Just know that. Yeah, I cannot say a single bad thing about the Iron Giant. I have an Iron Giant Funko Pop on my desk at work, so
Yeah,
should
dude.
tell you how much I love that movie.
Still stands the test of time, man.
100%.
That's a beautiful
That
movie.
movie is great.
Yep.
Superman, you know,
Hmm.
you cannot say when I hear the name Superman, I do not think of Superman.
You think Iron Giant
I think
first?
Iron Giant.
Hell yeah, man. I mean,
Which
it's probably
like
like the second thing I think of. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
like Clark Kent, and then right below. But it's like
yeah,
neck and neck. You know what I mean?
yeah, they're interchangeable. So you're gonna watch the new Iron Superman movie, and you're like, they're doing another one.
I don't
Get
know,
to
man.
see
I just
Hogarth.
love Iron Giant, dude. I gotta watch it. You talking about it
It's
here? I gotta watch it again, man.
I might watch it tonight. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, dude. That's
Yeah, my number 2 is Charade. Charade is a 1948 movie, and I think I got the year correct. I'm not.
Audrey Hepburn.
Audrey Hepburn. Yeah, you fucking got that one. I don't know what else to say. It's
I've
Audrey
never
Hepburn.
seen the movie.
It's 1963. I don't know why I said fucking 1948. And now that I think
It's a
about
big
it,
difference.
I think I said 1948 in my Howard the Duck video when I
That's
talked
funny.
about Charade. So
That's pretty
someone's
funny.
gonna fucking flame me in the comments. But I'll put like a little like edit or something.
Editor's note.
Yeah, editor's note. And yeah, you're right, Audrey Hepburn and Cary Grant. Funny enough, there's a fact I learned. Alexa told me. Cary Grant, you know, the big like hot guy, you know, he requested that he didn't want to be hitting on Audrey Hepburn in that movie because he was too old. He was like, I'm not gonna be hitting on this young girl. So they made her hit on him just to
There
make
you
it
go.
a bit better. But it's a mystery. So there's a murder or like a
Oh,
death.
dude, I love murder mysteries. Dude.
So I think you're gonna love that movie. It's honestly like I watched it this year and I was like, God, this. I remember I got to work and I think I told all my coworkers like, guys, put down everything you're doing, go watch Charade.
See, you know the problem is like it's not. I'm not saying Christian. I'm never gonna watch that, dude. It's a tough sell just because it's an older movie. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no,
I
I
don't know why I
totally
gotta get in that
understand.
mindset to watch
I
like
totally
classic
understand.
films like that, but it is a shame because there are some movies like in that era and stuff that are
Yeah,
some of the all time greats, but it's kind of a tough sell.
yeah.
But,
I'm not gonna be. I wouldn't be pitching you like Double Indemnity.
like,
over
is
here,
it on
like-
is it on Turner Classic? You know what I mean? Like, how do
Listen,
I even watch the dang thing?
There's
You
a
know what I'm
lot of
saying? Like,
movies in TCM that like are pretty new. So like,
yeah.
don't use that as your excuse.
No, I'm just saying. I don't know.
It's no, but it's a tough sell. I got you. I understand
But
it.
but like because you rate it so highly, it's definitely one that I want to check out. You know what I'm saying? So,
It's definitely one I think you would enjoy. And it's just beautiful, honestly. Great movie. Fucking Audrey Hepburn kills it. I always thought of Audrey Hepburn and like maybe this like some like deep seated misogyny inside of my head, but I always saw her like just like pretty face, you know. I had never watched really one of her movies. So I always thought like Breakfast at Tiffany's, just like this pretty girl, whatever. No, that movie's fucking great.
She got some acting chops for sure.
Oh, 100%. No, I feel like an idiot, and I want to apologize to the Audrey Hepburn estate. Also,
The Hepburn
great,
heads.
yeah, great human being. Also, like humanitarian, and yeah, that's all I have to say. Charade's fucking great. Go watch it if you want. 1963 Charade.
Yeah, my man. Sounds good to me, dude.
What's your number one, Kody?
Number one. Makes me nervous to trying to do a number one, dude.
Yeah, it's scary.
So we got Goodfellas, right? Then I mentioned Iron Giant. I
Two
gotta
very
give my number
similar
one.
movies,
It's gotta be to a sci-fi movie, right? And I think the reason why I said The Thing as an honorable mention, 'cause in my heart of hearts, I know Alien is my favorite
Yeah,
sci-fi movie. When
And-
you asked me, I was like, it's gonna be between one of those, right? But no, I think Alien is like almost the perfect movie, dude. Um,
When I pitched you this idea, I knew you were gonna say Alien number one.
it's like the perfect movie for me. You know what I mean? It
But
really
like
is.
we're
Like
talking
people
just
say that,
Alien,
but
not Aliens, right?
no, I'm not. Yeah, like as far as the Alien franchise goes, like I'm a decent fan, but it's really that first movie that
No, no, and I
it
totally
really
agree.
hammers it
I
in for
haven't
me. You
watched
know what
it
I'm
in
saying?
years, but I remember it being great, and I mean, there's a reason why people still talk about it
Like, dude,
to
the
this
set
day.
design, costume design, sound
It's
design, like all the
classic. I
little
mean, it
beeps and
it
boops, and it's like
it created
analog
its own
look.
universe for
Yep.
a reason. Like, there's no denying it's a good movie. I don't think we can sit here and debate whether Alien is good or bad.
Yeah, it's. I mean, obviously, groundbreaking, and all this.
Oh,
Millions of
100%.
people have talked about why Alien is good. I agree with you in saying like I can't rehash, what
Who'd you watch
what
it
they're
with?
saying.
Okay,
But
so who'd you watch it with for the first time?
oh, first time, dude. All the horror movies I ever watched, sci-fi for that matter. I don't think my dad's like a big sci-fi guy, but it was my mom, dude.
Yeah,
My
so
mom
that
would just
you don't need to
cue up
tell
a
me why
scary
it's
movie.
great. Yeah,
Hey
you don't
kids,
need
we're
to tell me
watching the
why it's
scary.
great. You got to tell me who'd you watch it with and why it's important to you.
100%, 100%.
If it's your mom, Big Mama's boy.
Yeah, dude. And like it might go back to even like longtime viewers of the show will know like my grandpa is like super big into aliens and
Yeah,
UFOs and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that probably has a part to play in it.
100%. I mean,
But
my
yeah,
dad's
so,
big into
so
aliens.
nostalgic, dude. Just watching aliens, watching Alien. But
It's good. Hey, Cody said it right here. Alien is the best movie of all time. You can quote him
so
on it.
so it's funny. Like we were joking about it, right? Like all I read is like crime, horror, whatever, right? So I told you my three favorite movies. You got Iron Giant, Goodfellas, Alien. That's me. That's me boiled down. You
Yeah,
blend me up, right? That's what you're gonna get out of
which
me.
is surprising that you're not reading the Alien comics.
Nah, for the longest time I was picking them up, but it's one of those things I just fell off, and then of course Marvel, right? Marvel's
Yeah.
been putting them out, dropped all my Marvel, so that was one of
Well,
the
that's good.
yeah,
Now you know. Now we know more about Cody. I'll say my top number one. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. It's Fight Club. I've talked about it before.
nice.
Great movie. Watched it
I
the
figured
day.
it would be.
Yeah, watched it the day my grandma died. I was 11. That's it. 10 out of 10 movie. I'm not gonna sit here and be like talk about how great it is because it sounds like a fucking film bro. Whoa, fucking Tyler Durden. No, I don't relate to that character at all. I don't like. If I related to him, I'd be fucking like locked up. No, it's just a good movie. That's all I'll say. Good soundtrack.
Yep.
David Fincher just killed it. I don't know what else to say.
My favorite part about that movie, dude, is just how dirty it is. You know what I mean? That movie's just
I would like, yeah, no,
nasty. It's
like
grimy, right?
I
Like
saw someone ask, like, would you like to live in like your favorite movies universe or your favorite game? And like, my favorite game of all time is Voodoo Vins. My favorite movie of all time is Fight Club. I'd much rather live in fucking New Orleans. Like, yeah, go like voodoo dolls and all of that. I could put up with that, but like, I don't want to live in Fight Club. Like,
yeah,
it's all
right,
just
right.
dirty and like the worst society of all time. So,
Edward Norton killed it, dude.
100%. I mean, I think
Fight
we
Club's probably a top 10 for me, but I think you're right. Now that I know that it's like a film bro movie, it's pushing it down for me
yeah,
for some reason. But
I it pains me to admit how much I love that movie. I don't know if you can't see it, but I have like a Fight Club Funko Pop back there, and like some. Actually, you no, you can't see it. I hit them all. I had like some like action figures for the characters. I'm not
I
gonna
mean,
display
it's a
them.
good movie though,
No,
right?
it's a
Like I
good movie.
think,
I can't
yeah, yeah,
deny it. It just sucks that people relate to it.
right, right. It's like the joke. It's same thing it's like this generation's Joker, or
Yeah,
that generation's Joker. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. It's definitely like one of it's and it kind of I don't shit on 2001: A Space Odyssey, but like it's sort of the same thing of like just film bros being like just fucking greatest movie of all time, dude. Fucking Kubrick. It's I'm sure it's a good movie. I cannot watch it. I've
It's really
tried
slow.
a
It's
million
really, it's
times
really slow.
and I've fallen asleep a million times. So Fight Club's my number one. Let's move on to a next fucking topic. I don't even want to talk about it anymore.
Listen, that's a great segment, guys. Top three movies. Thanks for listening to the top three
Yeah,
movies.
we at some point we'll do top three video games and top three music bands just to cover all the medias.
Yeah, dude, get to know us or whatever. And yeah, I think that was a fun topic. At some point, we could do like trilogies and stuff like that too.
Yeah,
I think
no,
it could
no,
be
we'll
cool.
definitely get more into movies.
I just realized too, I didn't mention Lord of the Rings at all. So
I haven't I haven't watched Lord of the Rings. The last time I watched Lord of the Rings was in a movie theater.
like I probably should have put like Two Towers somewhere, but
No, last time I
that's
watched
all right. I got
last time I watched Lord of the Rings, I was in the movie theater when it
yep.
came out. So you could
Yeah,
probably
yeah,
figure
yeah.
out how long ago that was.
My dad is a big Lord of the Rings fan. But yeah, guys, let's move on to our third and final topic for today.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
we'll leave you guys alone.
All right, guys. The last segment of this episode, we're gonna be talking about DSTLRY. DSTLRY just put out their first ever, right? Like you start your independent comic book company, you got to put out some comic books at some point, right? So this past week they put out Devil's Cut #1, which features like a lot of short stories. It's kind of like an anthology book, and it's got just a bunch of talent that's already been signed on to DSTLRY. A lot of stuff from their founding creators.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I guess like in general, do you think we should talk about just what
Yeah,
is
I mean we
DSTLRY just
we
real
can we
quick?
can name some names. I mean it has Ron B, Scott
Yep,
Snyder, James Tynion the fourth. It has Brian Azzarello,
yep.
Stephanie Phillips. I mean, good lineup just from the
Yeah.
get go.
Yeah, I mean, like yeah. So just talking about like their, those are like a bunch of the writers and stuff. Yeah, they got Jock signed on, right?
Yeah.
Um, Christian Ward, pretty acclaimed artist. Yeah, dude. I'm just I'm excited, right? It's new. It's got this new publisher coming out, and their whole thing is like
For the creators, right?
for the creators.
It's
But
sort of like what Image was doing. Like I mean, I
right,
guess Image still does it, but like it's I feel like this is more creator like centered.
to me, right? It's like the next step, right? Like not that
Mhm.
Image didn't go far enough, but at that point in time, that's what Image saw the industry
Yeah.
needed, right? But then this is like the next step where it's
And
you have your
it
business
feels
people, but the creators are in the same room making the decisions all the
and
way
let me
down.
tell you, this feels so fresh.
Yep.
Like just honestly like cracking into it, I was very excited. And
So
you know I hate oversized like formats like this for comics.
oh, okay. I didn't know
Yeah.
you hate it. I know you like hate it, but
I listen, I like my things fitting in one box and now I have to get another different type of box just for this book.
I feel okay. Yeah, that does make sense. So like to start, right? Let's start at a high level. What is DSTLRY? So these two dudes that used to work at Comixology. So people might know Comixology, like the digital comic book. You can buy your weekly releases on the app, or you can do Comixology Unlimited and just have whatever. They were recently bought out by Amazon a couple years ago, and the service is kind of tanking a little bit. People are not liking it as much. The two founders left Comixology, founded DSTLRY, um, and like I said, they just put out their first issue. We already mentioned some of the creators that they've got signed on. And the only other thing I want to mention is the way that they're distributing their comic books is a little different. Um, so for this first thing that came out, Devil's Cut, they're also doing like you can buy it online, right? Like a digital copy, but it doesn't look like their digital storefronts up yet.
Yeah.
Um, and when it is up, it's going to be this weird thing where it's like timed exclusive online. So if you buy it during that time and the timer runs out, it's still your copy on the marketplace, and you could sell it, like you can resell it on the DSTLRY marketplace. Um, and then obviously you wouldn't have access to it anymore. So it's a little different. It's kind of like other companies have taken this kind of approach, but it doesn't have anything to do with NFTs or crypto or whatever. It's literally just you buy it online, it's yours. You can sell it online too. And then when that happens, the creators make a little bit of money off that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's a little different, right? That's different than the way Marvel and everybody
Yeah.
else is doing it.
Me and Cody are very much physical guys, so I will
Yeah,
keep buying them physically.
yeah. It's like I'm a physical collector, but as opposed to if I bought a comic book off Comixology digitally, then what, right? Then I'm just stuck with it, right? Then I can't sell it back. So it is cool that DSTLRY has that option. If you're looking to get your money back as an
Hmm.
investment, but that's a little
Yeah.
different. But it doesn't look like their store is even up yet.
No, yeah,
And
it's
this is something else that I want to mention really quick. Um, people that are looking to buy the Devil's Cut, like the first offering from Distillery, if you didn't get it through a retailer, it's like almost impossible to
Yeah,
get right
it's
now.
you will not get it.
Because on their
Actually,
website they have the $100 like one of the variants, but that's it. They don't have, you can't buy like
yeah.
a cover A off their website.
And I will say, this is not about the story. This is about Brian, my friend who works at my local comic book store,
I love this
Phil's.
story. This is great.
I texted Brian and I forgot to put this on my pull list. I just texted him, "Hey, by any chance, will you guys be getting the Devil's Cut?" And he texted me. What did he text me? Oh, he texted me. I put it on your pull list as soon as I saw it. That's just a beautiful. That's customer service. That's friendship.
That's beautiful. I mean, that's
Yeah,
great. I was the same way. I didn't put it on my pull list. I was like, if my shop has one, I'll grab it.
yeah.
So yeah, let's actually jump into it. So that's kind of Distillery in general, but let's talk
You
about
have it right
Devil's
there.
Cut, man.
You have it.
I got it right here.
Let's see your cover. I'll show you mine. Oh, you got a
Nice.
nice.
Okay.
I thought you would get the space themed one, which if you can see, it's like kind of reflective and matte.
Yeah. So Christian's got the cover A. That's the one by Jock. That's the one people probably most commonly see. I got this cover B, bro. The Francavilla. Why do you even say his name, bro? I say it wrong
Francavilla.
every time. Francavilla. Yeah, Francavilla.
Yeah.
Got the like Cthulhu kind of look going
No, it's
on.
really nice. I love it.
So you mentioned you're not a big fan of the prestige format, but that's something that Distillery has made clear from the very beginning. Is like, hey man, this is like this
That's
is
what
it, right? You're gonna
that's what
get
they
this
know. That's what
big,
they like.
oversized.
And I will say $10, which
Yep.
I think is worth it. I will say I think it's totally worth it.
So that's one of the things I want to talk about. So like the actual like physical release, dude. Let's talk about it a little bit because this thing is premium, bro. I think I'm with you. I think it's worth $10. The pages are super thick. Just really good quality overall. You know what I mean?
100%. No, I'm totally with you, and I just think it's such a solid book
Yep.
that I'm sorry if you didn't buy it, and it kind of sucks that like we have to post this episode after the fact, but there's no other
It's
way to
true.
do it.
Yeah.
This is just such a solid book, and
So like because DC Black Label has a lot of these releases, like the big square bound prestige format. Um, these go on my shelf. You know what I mean? Like so
yeah,
this will slot up right next to them on the shelf. Um, I think these are the same height as trades. I think
yeah.
so, the same height at least. So they'll look congruent on your shelf.
Listen,
Um,
I'm breaking my prestige format rule for the Devil's Cut and for
nice.
Distillery in general. They had a pink logo, and that immediately I was like, I had to buy anything they make.
Their logo, I will say, dude, like their logo and their name, it's pretty clean. It's
Yeah,
pretty nice.
I got some questions about it. I'm
Yeah, dude.
guessing if we're getting into the Devil's Cut, I'm guessing this
Yeah, yeah.
is more most likely just like a little how do I say it? It's like a little taste of each story. I don't know if all of the stories in this book will become their own series. It's what I think will happen, but I was trying to read up on it and I couldn't find much information, but also maybe I'm just stupid.
No, so you're right. That's something that, like, as I was reading, I was trying to figure out too. I don't. To your point, I don't know if that's been made clear. Which ones are continuing, which ones aren't. Like off the bat, I know some of them are like. Some of them like at the end they'll say like I don't know. This one says Finn, so that
Yeah.
that's like. Um, but like some of them I've heard that they're going to be continuing at Distillery. But yeah, it's a great point. It's like which ones of these are just like a small taste of what this artist and what this writer are bringing to
Yeah.
Distillery is kind of like what it is. I don't know if those stories will be continuing. Um, but yeah, dude, I don't know. You want to just get into it, bro? Let's do this tier list. What do you think?
Yeah, let's do a tier list. I guess yeah, well let's do a tier list. Do you wanna No, actually yeah, let's just start. I'll explain later. I had an idea, but tier list, let's go. I don't know. Kody said he made a tier list. I don't know how it works. I'm just a mere man.
All right, so this tier list, right? We got the tiers are S, A, B, C, and D. Christian, I thought of we were gonna rank them at first, but that might be a little complex going back and forth. So I figured, you know what,
Yeah.
dude, let's just put our brains together and do a tier list style for all the series, all the stories that are included in Devil's Cut number one. This is on the bottom there. You can see spectrograph and whatever. These are in
Hmm.
order of how they are in the book.
Yeah, it's good.
But you have it on the side, so you can flip through and stuff.
Yeah,
The
I have
first
it
one,
here.
dude, spectrograph. This is the story that's by James
James
Tynion the
did it.
Fourth.
Yep.
Christian Ward was the artist, and Bidikar was the letter. That's another thing I want to note real quick. Yo, Bidikar, I mean, he must be making so much money, dude. He was like the letter in all of these stories, bro.
Yeah,
He was a
honestly.
busy man, dude.
I do want to say, Cody.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, you know I love James Tynion the Fourth
Yep.
so much so that I have to say his full name every time I talk about him.
Yes, me
Um,
too.
I'm gonna say A. I'm not gonna put him in S tier.
You
I
going A, dude? All right.
Yeah, I just feel like, I mean, it's great. It made it
Yep.
into my top 5, but it didn't make it into my top 3.
I feel you.
And
Yeah, yeah.
I
I,
feel
I
like
think A is fear. A is fear. A is fair
it's
for
a
sure.
great start for what they're trying to do. It's just not good enough for me to like go crazy about it.
This is one of those that I hope continues into a series. I think that could be pretty cool. So for those that didn't get a chance to read it, I guess in
Yeah.
this story, it's like a thief who's breaking into a house, but it turns out it's kind of like a trap, and his soul has been
Stolen, basically.
sucked out of his body.
And they say like they made a copy of his like soul or some shit.
Yeah. So it's kind of like a mystery going on, right? I think the big part of this one for me was the art. I think Christian's art, it's got some
Oh
really
yeah,
cool
no, it's
moments.
beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I guess I can show it on like the actual screen. So this is from Spectrograph. So I don't know. The art for this one was pretty top tier for me. I think A is fair.
Yeah.
That's where I'd put it.
You wanna Shepherd? You wanna describe that one? Actually, I'll describe it.
Yeah, dude.
It's I think there's like pirate attacks on
Yep.
these like giant ships where like they transport humans,
Yep.
and this guy's making a pitch about like, hey, we created this like basically like AI trained robot humanoid thing that will defend the ships, and I want to say C or D.
Yeah. For this one,
I didn't like it that much. Who wrote it? I mean, not to like shit on them, by the way. It was still good. I'm just like in the context of everything else, it was okay for me.
Yeah, the second story Christian mentioned, it's called Shepherd. It's written by Mark Bernardine, art by Ariel Cristantina. The art I thought was pretty. You know what it reminded me of was Frank Quietly.
It reminded me
Like,
of the Flash Omni that we have.
okay, yeah, I could see that.
Yeah.
So like the art was fine for me. I didn't dislike the art, but I think you're right. Like the
It's a
story, I
bit
didn't really.
base. Yeah.
It was only a couple pages,
I
right? It
will
was probably like
say,
a taste test,
even
but
if we put something on D over here, I would read any of these stories, and I will buy all of these if they come out.
100%.
Thoroughly enjoyed them, but I cannot put Shepherd over like a C. So D sounds pretty okay.
Yeah. To be clear, all these stories, maybe with like the exception of one, which I'm sure we'll get into, that I wasn't like a fan of at all. All of
Oh,
these are like if these were continuing series, I would definitely read them. So definitely almost nothing but bangers for sure. So D's not like disrespect at all. All right, next one is what blighted. Wait, that's not right.
yeah, that's the last one. But like we can go
Eight
for that one.
rules. Eight rules to make it out in
in
One
One
Piece,
Piece.
dude.
Fucking put
This
that in
one,
S tier right now. I fucking love that.
you
shit.
you like it too? Okay.
I love.
I was gonna put it. This was like my favorite one.
Yes.
So for those that didn't get a chance to read it, 8 rules to make it out of One Piece. It's kind of like a spy
Yes.
story, but it's a female spy.
Yeah, and super like old school like art. Like,
Yep,
I love this story.
dude. So this is this. Yeah. Oh, I was gonna show the one with.
Oh yeah, don't show that one. Although you
I will
kind of
not show
did
the-
right now, but I'll have to blur it out. So you're just giving me extra work.
No, I didn't show that. Maybe I don't know.
I saw it.
I saw it too. I saw it too. But, all right, so this one was written by Elsa Charretier, sorry, and PK Collinet. Art by same person. So she wrote and drew
it's
it.
honestly, it reminds me of Love Everlasting. Art
It's
wise,
the same artist.
Oh,
Yep.
great! Yeah,
Yep.
no, what a fucking banger of a story.
She's got she's got style, man. Like,
And I will say, like, this episode of like it's gonna run long. I
oh
don't
yeah.
fucking care. Like this, we gotta talk about this art. It's
Oh
so
yeah, for
good.
sure. Dude, this she killed it. Writing wise, it's really funny, really witty, it's super fast. Uh I mean the protagonist just seems like a badass, bro. Like
Yeah, no,
I'm trying to read more about her, you know what I'm
so
saying?
violent, but like
Yep.
tastefully violent. It wasn't.
Colors are popping. I don't think she did the yeah, someone else did the colors, Nick Philadardi.
Mm-hmm.
Um Colors are killing it. This one was great. Deserves its spot in S tier.
Yeah,
This one I think is continuing.
good.
I'm pretty sure.
Great. That's the only one I was sitting here like, God, I hope they continue that.
Well, the art style to me, it kind of reminds me of like a Bruce Timm kind of, right? Or
I usually
like
think of the. I think of the.
who did New Frontier?
I don't know.
I forget. Darwin Cook.
Darwin Cook. Yeah, I was gonna say it makes me think of that snowman short that Pixar had. When they did little shorts, the animated shorts.
Before each movie.
Yeah, they had like a snowman one, and there's some like models in that one. That's what it reminds me of. It probably won't make sense for a lot of people.
If you know,
It's
you know, though.
it's very nostalgic for me.
Yeah, that one is a banger. I like that one. Eight rules to make it out of one piece.
Yeah,
Very good stuff.
I love it.
All right, next one, dude. I think this is the one, the hearse one. What's mine is hearse.
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
For me, this one's a D. I think that
Really?
so like from an art standpoint, the art's killer. Like the art's
Yeah.
like
I definitely put it. I would say it's C, honestly, because I mean it's based on a true story.
yep.
It's weird as fuck.
It's weird. It's very weird.
It's very very weird. Um, should we get into it? Like
It's kind of like morbid and kind of gross a little bit.
yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, but the art is really good. Like
the
the
art
art's
is
killer.
really good, and I would say C. I think D for this one would be too low because it definitely
True.
like I was like the last page I was like, what's gonna happen next?
Right. Like I'm flipping through. Like I read it. It's just
Yeah.
like I'm not a big fan of necrophilia. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, but hey, listen, it's based on
I
a
say
true
C.
story,
Yeah.
and definitely once it ended like with the last panel, I was like,
Yep.
oh, I have to keep reading this 100%. What's gonna happen next?
Yeah. This is one that if it doesn't continue, I'd be fine with it. I'd be
No,
like,
no,
oh,
I
cool.
wouldn't.
Let's see what these artists
If they don't
working on
continue
next.
it, I'd
But
just be like, okay, sure, whatever. But
right.
it definitely, I was like, oh, that's the end, because they don't
Right.
really explain much.
No.
So yeah, what's mine is hers, the weirdest one of the day for sure.
The weirdest one for sure. Yeah, I think you're right though. Like as I was flipping through it, definitely C. I think C is a good spot for it to land. All right, the next one, dude. We've got A Blessed Day. So this one, okay. So like something we didn't talk about at the beginning, but when we're talking about Distillery and like all their outputs so far, they've hit all the different bases, right? Like they've
Yeah,
got
100%.
some heaven and hell type of stuff. They got some horror. They got some cowboy stuff for old Kody, cowpoke Kody. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so this one is their heaven and hell story. So it's written by, Mirka and Dolfo did the story, art, and colors. She's a very popular comic book creator. She did that series like Sweet Paprika.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't know
Yep.
it was the same writer or artist, but I definitely got those vibes.
I thought this one was pretty good. I think this one's pretty good. I'd probably put this one in B. What do you think?
I was gonna say C or B. It definitely wasn't one that like immediately like made me want to like rush to read it.
So like essentially in this one, I guess this guy's like he's like a devil or like a demon, but he's a talent manager, and the whole idea is the talent that he manages, like the biggest pop stars in the world, they're actually working for like the devil or whatever, like demons.
It's a cool
so it's not
concept.
good to be exactly right. I think concept is pretty cool. It's kind of word heavy, I guess. Like if I'm flipping through, it's kind of got a lot of dialogue boxes, but art was killer. I think that one for B. That's where I would put it.
I totally agree with you on that. Yeah, B is good. It was it was good. The art was beautiful. Wouldn't like jump to read it though.
100%. Yeah, definitely. That's a good way to put it. Next up, we got the Stowaway by Jock.
You know, I didn't like this one.
Oh wow, I think that's a hot take. I think that's a hot take, dude.
And I'll say this: not enough happened for me to like be hooked on it.
So okay, so I know what you mean. I know 100% what you mean. So for this one, this is one that's like it's upcoming. Like Jock's gonna
Yeah.
be doing, and it's weird because the way this one ends. I guess I don't know if it's a spoiler. I don't know, but he says like that was close. I almost got caught. Like I'm safe this time, right? We know for a fact the whole
Yeah.
series is that it does get caught, right?
Yeah. I will say like I put it. I ranked all of them, and this was my
Yep.
lowest ranked.
Wow, that's
Not,
crazy.
like I
Dude.
said, not that it was bad. I would still read
Yep,
all of these.
100%.
It's just for me, it was a D. And I listen.
Damn.
What did you rank it? What would you rank it so we can like do some math and put it
So
here?
so flipping through, right? Let me just do some.
The art
So
was
the
really
art,
good, by the way.
art's killer. Jock always kills it on the art. So like art alone, this is like an A for me. Like this is like my vibe. This is like my style of comic. Like if a comic looks like this, I'm probably happy. You know what I mean? I think yeah. What takes it down a little bit for me is kind of just how it ends. Like
Yeah,
it seems like it's like you can start his new series the actual Stowaway series. You can start that without having read this
100%.
story.
I
You know
don't
what I mean?
think like you'd be lost at all.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah.
That's why like
It's just
it just felt like it was like they needed him to write something. Does that make any
yeah, it's like,
sense?
hey, right, like what's like a teaser for your story, and it's like he almost gets. We might see him like this exact same stuff in the
Yeah,
actual story. You know what I mean?
yeah. Like it just didn't hook me from the get go.
It's got a cool vibe though, like the world. I guess I will say, like
Yeah, no, it was
uh,
pretty good.
spaceships and stuff, and
I like the art a lot. I will say that the art was pretty good.
so you say D. I was leaning on like A for this one, but then you're right. It does take it down because the ending. You want to say like
Let's say
either
a
B or
C,
C?
B or C. Yeah,
I'm gonna say B because I thought it was pretty good.
I
I
respect.
thought it was pretty good.
I respect it.
All right, man.
Um,
That's compromise.
then we have deleted
Deleted
scene
scene.
number 2.
This was the cowboy one. Um,
Yeah, how'd you feel about it? Honestly,
so flipping through now.
not very memorable.
Written by Brian Azzarello. Eduardo Riso does the art.
Not very memorable, I will say.
Nah, so just to show people, it's kind of got like a watercolor.
The art was really good, but like the
Yeah.
story itself, I'm like sitting here thinking like, did it really spark enough interest for me to like I know you like cowboys a lot.
But like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
I
this one's like a D or C for me, just because it wasn't.
I would definitely put it in D.
Yeah, I would put it in D. It's just like a bunch of cowboys talking, but I get like the vibe. You know what I mean? Like this one
Yeah,
continues.
there's
It's
something
definitely one that I can
sinister
see
going
myself
on.
loving. Right.
So yeah,
'Cause
I
I'm
mean, I'd say just let's throw that in D, man. There's not a lot to say about deleted scene number 2.
Yeah, very short. It's like super short compared to the other ones. So.
Yeah,
Um.
we got White Boat next, and Kody, I think this might be another one.
Okay, so White Boat. Just to give people the premise, right? This dude, he reviews boats for a magazine. He gets
Yes,
invited onto this like huge luxury
that's like
billionaire yacht.
in the world, in the boat world. This is like the boat.
Yeah, it's like, yo, this boat's cool, but the owner of the boats is like super mysterious, right? Like what's going
Yeah,
on?
like the boat like never looks the same in pictures. Like
Yeah, it's very and so what happens is he gets stuck on the boat, and it's like he's just going crazy, and he gets all horror, and he's getting pushed deeper and deeper into the bowels of the boat, right? Like
yeah,
he's just lost.
and like random, like it's his room out of nowhere, but he's still in the boat.
Yeah, it's like his childhood room or something like that.
Yeah.
So like very much like a psychological horror. This one's an S.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. This is my second S. Yeah.
So So the thing about this one, guys, it's written by Scott Snyder, art by Frank Avila, who mentioned before he did the cover for cover B. Dude, Frank Avila,
Yeah,
like people need to be on the lookout for this
yeah.
guy, bro. There's a series that he works with Scott Snyder a lot. Like him and Scott Snyder have
Mhm.
a really great partnership going on. Um, they did a series called Night of the Ghoul. You gotta somehow read it. You, Christian, like
Oh,
you,
what is it about?
Night of the Ghoul. It's a horror. Some like old timey movie from back in the day is like he's trying to work on it and restore it, and he goes and meets with like the old director, who's in like a nursing home. The nursing home's kind of evil. You're not supposed to like finish this movie because it's like an evil movie
Oh
type
wow.
of thing. It's very much your vibe, but it's this art. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
no,
Like it's
send it to me like 100%.
so let me just show the art for the people here. Um,
I
very
loved it.
beautiful, very beautiful.
Sort of
Frank
reminded me of
Avila's killing
it
it.
sort of reminded me of some scenes in Ugly Americans. This like really old, well not really old, but it's like early early tens. I don't know if tens how you say it. Cartoon show from Comedy Central. Really good. And yeah, the art is fucking beautiful. I love
Frank
that.
Avila, man, it kills it. Every
Yeah, no.
single story, like the more and more I read of him, he just keeps killing it.
Yeah,
So yeah,
that's what I'll say. I mean, I think Whitepo is an S tier. I'm glad we
I hope
agree
it
on the S's.
continues.
I'm
It
glad we
seems like
agree.
it will, right? You
Yeah,
get the vibe that it will continue,
I'm
or
glad we agree on the S tier books, though. I will say
yeah,
that.
this one after I finished reading them, I was just like just kind of scared and unnerved, right? Like
Yeah,
that's a good sign of a good horror. Um, but yeah, what a great team,
yeah.
Snyder and Frank Avila, man. Keep it up, guys. S tier,
What
100%.
happens next?
The
You,
next one we've got what happens next. So that was that story about it's like a future, far future where they
yeah,
figured out every possible scientific question you could ever have,
yeah.
except for the question of what happens after you die. Um,
Exactly.
and like humanity, it looks like they live on this like ring that like goes around. It's pretty sick on the ring, I guess.
Yeah,
Art for this one, it kind of reminds me of the Shepherd,
yeah.
like kind of the same kind of vibe. Um,
It's like
feeling
a
like a
C.
C.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Not that it was bad. Like we keep saying, we really sound like a broken record, but um,
It just needed more. I'm not like the ending was supposed to be this like twist,
right.
but it didn't really do much for me.
Just to
Cool.
show people
You
the
know what I
art,
will
and then
say?
I'm
The
gonna.
lettering was really good,
The lettering was great. Yeah, lettering was great for sure.
which I don't know if that's a compliment to the book. Whenever I heard complimenting the lettering alone,
Oh, okay. So story and art by Jamie McCaleve McKelvey McKelvey
Mickleby. Let me see. Yeah.
Jamie McKelvey. Oh yeah, and the art's by Bitticars. That's probably why you like the
Oh
art
yeah.
because I mean kills it on the art every time. But or sorry, the lettering.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, I'd go for C for that one. Not very memorable, but
Yeah.
next one, Waiting to Die. Ron V writer, Lee Garbett artist. This one's great.
Yeah. I was gonna say B.
Okay.
Um.
I think this one. So for those that didn't get a chance to read it, last time I'm gonna say it. Sorry guys, keep saying, keep forgetting. So there's like a solar flare that's gonna hit the Earth, and it's just gonna ruin everything. It's gonna fry everything. You're gonna like lose your memory and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Um, so for to me, this one was kind of just like a short story. I don't think this one's
Yeah. No, I
continuing.
don't
I didn't
think
get
it'll
that vibe.
continue.
Just like these two people that are in a relationship together, dealing with the end of the
Yeah.
world type of thing.
Somewhat
Little,
unhappy in the relationship as well.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um,
It's good though. I mean, I can't complain about it. I just cannot. I cannot sit here and be like totally crazy about it. You know what I mean?
yeah, I would put this one low A's, high B. 'Cause I think
Yeah,
from like an art
I was
standpoint,
gonna
art's
say
killer.
I was gonna say B.
It's just like a short and sweet, like little
Hmm.
complex love story about the end of the world type of thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um, I'm gonna put it in
yeah. Come on, come on.
which one? B
Yeah,
or A?
B, B. I think it's a
Okay,
B.
okay. All right, all right.
Listen.
Last one, guys. last one and Devil's Cut number 1. We've got. Ooh, this one was good.
Yeah,
I think.
no. I was gonna say this is probably an A.
So, what blighted flame burns in thee? Becky Cloonan and Tula Lotte are
Yeah,
the storytellers. So, I'm guessing that Tula did the art, and Becky probably did like the
yeah. No, the
dialogue, and then
art
they
was
came up
probably
with the story
it's
together.
definitely top 3 art in the book.
Yeah, art is killer. I mean, so we're talking about this woman. She's being like accused of being like a witch. There's like a plague going around in the
Yeah.
town or whatever. But yeah, I mean that art, the use of color, right? It's very monotone except for her dress. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and blood and something.
Yeah, and blood. Kind of like a old timey like English thing going on, and then yeah, like some witches maybe.
Yeah.
So I think this one was great, man. And
No,
then then it gets to like this kind of art, like
yeah.
changes like the art style.
I was gonna say A for this one, honestly. I can't really say much, but just A.
I'm thinking A too.
Yeah.
A very unique art style. Wait, does it switch art styles halfway through?
Yeah, slightly, or like might be the same artist, but that artist just did something different for a second.
Like right when it hits this point, it like switches art style for a sec.
Yep.
And then it actually looks like it doesn't go back to that old style, which is kind of weird.
Listen, I still thought it was an A.
Yeah, for sure. I still think it's an A. I'm just a little confused because looking back on it, it's probably like a story choice, I'm assuming. Maybe if I read it more deeply, it'd be.
Mhm.
Anyways, yeah, I'd give this one an A. This one's pretty good. So yeah, I don't know. That looks like a pretty good list to me, dude.
Yeah, it's very there, you know.
Yeah, I mean that's like a normal distribution curve, probably. You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
will
that's how it's
say,
supposed to look,
most excited about eight rules to make it out in one piece, White Boat and Spectrograph.
True. Those 3 are those 3, and then probably if you had the stowaway from me, just like when the actual series starts,
Yeah,
those 4 are going to be like my most anticipated distillery
yeah,
output, I guess. But yeah, man, I mean that was Deep Cuts number 1, guys. That's the tier list.
yeah. The
If
Devil's
you read it,
Cut.
definitely let us know. That'll be the question down below, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Probably.
the deep cut, the Devil's Cut ranking for the Distillery comic book publishing company. Really excited.
Yeah.
Kody, you wanna just end it? Some little any plans you have, anything for the future you want to tell the listeners and viewers about?
You know, it's so weird. Like all the energy just got drained from me.
Oh, because you're standing.
Nah, maybe, I don't know.
Idiot.
It's just I had so much energy, but then as soon as you start talking, man, it's just like,
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you guys for listening to another episode of Color Break, your third favorite comic book podcast. Let us know, man. I'm very curious about what people think of Distillery. It was last minute, so I get why no one sent me anything, but I was wondering what everybody thought of it in our little comic community. So definitely let us know what you thought of Distillery and the Devil's Cut as their first output, man.
Yeah, get our merch. Go watch the Howard the Duck commentary video. And follow us on our socials. We'll put them down in the description. Kody's been posting some great TikToks about how to get into the world of comics, where to buy comics, and how to organize them. And man, look forward to more things in season 2 of Color Break with the new merch drop coming out October 7th, if I'm not mistaken.
Must be, right?
Yeah, and you as of the posting of this podcast, you only have like a week left to buy the merch. So like a month left to buy the merch.
A month, yeah.
Yeah, okay. A month. So
when you said week, I was like, wait, is that how?
Yeah, a month left to buy the merch. So if you want it, go buy it. If you don't, that's okay. But we'd rather you buy it, just because it helps us a lot making, this thing we call Color Break.
It's true. It's true. Keeps the lights on.
Yeah, Kody, give us a tip just for life.
A life tip, dude.
Yeah.
Call your mom more, man.
Yeah, go tell your mom you love her.
Yeah, I gotta call my mom right after this, guys.
I'll do the same, okay? Guys, this has been another episode of Color Break. Thank you for tuning in. And yeah, eat some vegetables. Bye.
Vegetables, nice.